This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Shalom, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors are going out to the venerable apostles of the great millstone, along with the elders who rule and teach. Yasharallah will. Salutations, peace, and blessings to you, Akim, standing boldly on the four corners of the earth, preaching and teaching the correct doctrine, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Yasharallah, on down to all those among Israel who hath believed our report, the men, women, and children, believers, they too are going to be delivered out of this coming destruction, this day that's going to burn as an oven, okay, which is going to culminate with Babylon the Great, aka America, being wiped off the face of the earth, okay. America has a date with destruction. America has a date with nuclear fire, okay. That's America's end. All right, America's end is that sacrifice the Lord has prepared in Bozrah, okay. Now, I just seen this article literally a few minutes ago. I was in the news feed, and I'm about to go to work. I work overnight, and I wanted just to bring this out through the spirit. You know, there's been a lot of talk in the last couple of weeks too about the MOTB, as well as should be. You know, the MOTB, all right, being that charagma, being that C-hip, okay. Whether you out of order teachers among Yasharallah want to believe it or not, okay. Because a lot of y'all, you know, are leading y'all's congregation straight into a ditch, man. It's like the blind leading the blind out here. Okay, talking about the MOTB being sin. Now, it's a sin to take it, okay, but the MOTB is not sin, all right? The MOTB is not sin. It's not Sunday worship, okay, because you got a lot of Christians out here teaching that bullshit, that the MOTB is Sunday worship, okay? So what, I'm going to go to try to buy something, and they're going to say, do you worship on Sunday? You know, it don't make no sense, man. The MOTB is the C-hip, okay? And these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. Now, I don't want to get into that topic right now. That's another time for another lesson. You know, for another time, however you want to say it. But this is just going into this third woe that's coming quickly, man. All right? Now, this is War News 247.gr. And you see the headline, right? It's getting serious over there in the land of Gog and Magog, okay, a.k.a. Russia, okay, between Russia and the so-called Ukraine, which is all the same area, the same people, okay. You know, Putin, you know, has declared war, okay. Gog and Magog has declared war on the beast, okay. You see it right here. It says war preparations, and again, this was put up today, all right. January 23rd, okay, 2023, the hopeful year that all these prophecies come to pass. All right, war preparations in Moscow, Russia to declare new patriotic war against NATO. All right, and then he has a quote here. This is a quote from Vladimir Putin. All right, victory will be ours, like 1812 and 1945. Well, actually, the victory is going to be to the saints of Yasharallah, beginning with the elect. All right, the victory is going to be with the elect of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, natives, okay, and Israelite foreigners. All right, that's who the victory is going to. First and foremost, Yahweh Shai, all right, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. All right, then the King David Malak Dawadah, who will sit on his throne, and the rest of the 144,000 governing body. All right, the first fruits of salvation. That's who the victory is going to. Okay, because you got these powers out here, these current superpowers, you know, like Russia and especially China, you know, thinking they're going to be next in line to rule. Nah, the next rulership and the final rulership belongs to the children of Israel. Okay, again, it all starts at the top with the men. All right. So let's get into it. And this website is hosted on a server in Greece. Okay, so you have to translate it. All right, so here we go. They got it translated into English. All right, so let's get into it. All right, it's not going to be long at all. Hey, it's on the times, man. World War III, the third woe. Okay, pursuant to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. What are we? What are we to be? All right, occupied in these prophecies. Okay, and this is a big one, man. Again, this is what this precedes. This literally is the last prophecy which will be fulfilled. All right, prior to Yahweh shall coming back in them clouds, man, the chariots of the Lord. All right, intensive war preparations are taking place in the capital of Russia, Moscow, as according to Russian sources, in the next few days. Putin will make an extremely important announcement. and who's causing all this to happen? Who's going to make Putin make this announcement? All right, Putin is not doing this, because he's in control. He ain't in control of shit, man. Yahweh Bashim Shai controls the hearts of these kings. All right, what is that? Proverbs, the 21st chapter. These world rulers, are gonna go to war with one another. Okay, all right, because Yahweh Bashim Shai is gonna make them. Okay, he's gonna force them to go to war. All right, this is Bible prophecy. This was decreed at the foundation of the world, man, in the council halls of the heavens, man. All right, this third world war. So when Putin makes this announcement, this is Yahweh Bashim Shai making him make this announcement. Okay? It says, Moscow is expected to officially declare the start of a new patriotic war. See, Russia's being stirred up, man. Going into Ezekiel's the 38th chapter, where, they're going to, the Lord's going to put hooks in their jaws. Russia's going to reform, they're going to reform, man. They're going to go back to that old USSR way, all right? That USSR spirit's being riled up over there in the land of Gog and Magog. Okay? It says, this is shown by the statements of N. Medvedev and S. Lavrov. At the same time, a little while ago, the Russian Ministry of Defense announced in a statement that the capital is preparing for a conflict with NATO. All right, we know NATO, the EU. All right, that's the beast. Okay? The 10 horns are those EU powers. Okay, the original 7, or it's like the original 10. What is it? I mean, I'm going to try to do it off the top of my head. What? Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, Greece, Rome. It's like the 7 heads. It's like the 7 heads and the 10 horns. The 7 heads was, I think, the French, the Spanish, Germania Major, Germania Minor, the Greeks, all right, Rome, and I'm leaving one out, but you can. Matter of fact, let me don't leave it out. Let me let's see, because there's a good, and it's an old image. But here it is right here. Okay, those 7 heads. All right. And those 10 horns. So the 7 heads, okay, was Germania Major, the Romans, the French, the Spanish, Germania Minor, the British, and the Greeks, okay? So, and then those 10 horns, that's the current EU, okay? The EU nations. Now you say, well, there's more than 10 countries, right? Because now Esau is at the end of his blessing, and he's expanded. But originally, it was those 10 powers, okay? The 7 heads and the 10 horns, right? And who's that woman riding on that beast? That whore, right there. That damn floozy on that beast. Who's that hussy on that beast? All right, that's America. Okay, this is a good visual. Jake loves a good visual. Anyway, Putin's declared war with this beast. Okay, this is the end of Esau's rulership in the earth. And again, Moscow has designs on rulership. Beijing has designs on rulership. Nah, man. All right, the kingdom is going to be established. The final kingdom is the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel. All right, let's get back to the article. And it's good to go through these things. That's a something that everyone should know off the top of their heads. But got to brush up on it. You know, the 7 heads and the 10 horns and the whore that sits upon the beast that rides it all throughout the earth, wreaking havoc. All right, that's that's America. NATO's done a lot of destruction. You know, going all the way back to World War II, the Second World. Where they was dropping nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right, then you had that NATO strike in what was it? Was it Serbia or Yugoslavia in 1992, or Bosnia? Bosnia. Anyway, causing that fire to come down from heaven, pursuant to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay, I don't want to get off topic though. Anyway, yeah, NATO, man. NATO, the EU, and NATO is the beast. Okay. Let's see. Let me get back to where I was. I was right here. Let's see. Yeah, I read this. Okay. All right. So let's go here. A lot of ads in the site. It says, in more detail today, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov issued a resounding statement warning. All right. It says, we are no longer talking about a Russian-Western hybrid war, but about a real one. So it's getting real out here, man. Okay. He goes on to say, as for what is happening in Ukraine, we are talking about the fact that it is no longer a hybrid war, but a real one. The West has been preparing for a long time against Russia, trying to destroy everything Russian that is left in Ukraine. From the language to the culture, which have been there for centuries, and they have also forbidden the citizens to speak their mother tongue. Lavrov clarified his statements about the West in a press conference held after the talks with the Foreign Minister of South Africa, Naledi Pandor, as reported by the Russian news agency TASS. Okay? So, man, hey, these missiles are about to start flying. Let's get that. These missiles, this war is going to be different, man. This war is going to be different than, previous wars, especially like the wars in the ancient world, okay, where there was a lot of hand-to-hand combat. It goes into this on, Isaiah the 9th chapter. In the ancient world, it was a lot of hand-to-hand combat, swords, literal swords, spears, shields, a lot of up close and in your face fighting. Okay, this is going to be different, man. All right, these missiles are going to be flying. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, right? This is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, okay? Burning. The day is coming that's going to burn as an oven. The scripture I opened the lesson up with, okay? The day that's coming that's going to burn as an oven, and it's going to burn off all you proud Edomites over here, you so-called white people in America who are anti-Messiah, okay? Who are against the Lord, who are against his people, who are against the law, statutes, commandments. All right, right along with you Jakes who want to be just like him, man. Okay? It's going to burn y'all up too because y'all are out here being proud. Okay? Y'all are out here being proud just like Esau, thinking that this place can't go down. That's Esau's inward thought, thinking that he'll never, be knocked off his throne. Okay? Well, he's getting ready to find out, man. The scriptures talks about in the book of Job, what is it, the 20th chapter? That, while he is eating, them nukes are going to come down on his head, man. Just as he's getting ready to celebrate his completion, man, and setting up his NWO, all right, that's going to be violently interrupted by the return of the Lord. Okay? Yeah, this one is going to be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay? This war. All right? And this is going to be the war to end all wars, too. Ain't going to be no warfare on the earth once the Lord comes back. All those weapons are going to be destroyed. Okay? You go into Ezekiel the 39th chapter, this earth is going to be cleaned up. No more weaponry. No more of these cruel, devices and inventions and killing instruments. Okay, now the men of the Lord are going to rule with rods of iron. Okay, there ain't going to be no damn tanks, no airplanes, no bombs, no missiles, no aircraft carriers. All that's going to be fucking destroyed, man. All right, good riddance. Okay, let's see. Okay, Among other things, Lavrov noted that Ukraine has adopted laws banning Russian language education, Russian language media, and laws effectively banning the use of the Russian language in everyday life. Any cultural contacts related to the Russian language are prohibited, and all this is supported by the West. Just as the West supports the regular marches of neo-Nazis with swastikas with divisive symbols banned by the Nuremberg trials, so the West supports all of this. All right, just talks about the hypocrisy. So like he's talking about the hypocrisy of these Western Edomites. Because see, Russia, they're Edomites just to the east. All right. But over here in the West, these Edomites over here, they hypocrites, man. You know, they hypocrites. And enjoy the hypocrites, but for a moment, man. Okay. Lavrov met with his South African counterpart Naledi Pandor in the capital Pretoria in what South African government officials described as a formal visit. Days after widespread reports that Russia had installed Panzer S-1 air defense systems over key buildings in Moscow, the Kremlin stepped up anti-aircraft drills outside Moscow as it became clear that Putin and the Russian leadership were preparing citizens for the new Great Patriotic War, which, according to Medvedev, has already begun. And this thing, and actually, it has already begun. It starts out like with sanctions, economic sanctions against a country, and then once those economic sanctions start impacting, you know, these countries, okay, these various countries, once their economies start to be impacted, then it escalates and it turns physical. It starts out, you know, economical, but now it's going to get physical, man. It's going to get physical. Y'all, Bashim Yashai is going to make them get physical out here, okay, with these ICBMs, all right? Russia announced today that it conducted air defense exercises in the Moscow region to protect its infrastructure in case of air attacks against the background of the conflict in Ukraine. All right, let's see. And this is a really guy mentioned this before in several videos. This website is a great resource. It's a good, it has a lot of good information, and it has a lot of information that you're not going to find in mainstream media outlets, okay? Because again, Amalek, the chief house of Esau, you know, he controls your media over here in America, aka Babylon, and they only tell you what they want you to know. They lie through their teeth, all right? So you, especially you Jakes, man, y'all don't have a damn clue what's going on, all right? But hey, us as the Hopeful Elect, we're keeping our eyes on these things. We're watching, we're measuring the time diligently in itself, okay? And we're reporting back to you lambs, you believers, okay? So look, repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Shalom.